How's it going out there? Happy New Year. It's January 4th, and I'm Frank Curtis, the Wall Street Unplugged podcast, where we break down headlines and tell you what's really moving these markets. So I hope all of you enjoyed the holidays, spend time with your families. It's pretty long, right? When it goes through the holidays, you'll have off, people aren't really doing anything last week, your kids are home, family visiting. Gets to the point where you're like, God, thank God my life's back to normal now, right? Everything's crazy. But now, look, it's back to work. For me, my holiday was great. Awesome time with the kids. Had a great Christmas. I spent New Year's at home, where it's the first year both my daughters actually stayed up to watch the ball drop. And it was really cool to watch all live performances and have fun with them. And that was a cool experience for us. But, like I said, it is back to work. I look forward because January is the month I pretty much find my greatest ideas because there's so many conferences that happen in January. I know it's crazy with COVID, and I'm going to CES, so you guys know. As you're listening to this, I am at the CES. Taping this a little bit early and flying there at night. I have a media pass, so I'm going to be invited to all the media stuff pre-show, and then it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, they said they canceled Saturday. I don't remember it being on Saturday. I usually leave on Saturday anyway, and they shortened it up. We had a couple of major companies said that they're not going, but, when you look at the details, it's still 1,700 exhibitors, 700 startups. They're going to be displaying their technologies at numerous conference centers. It's going to be at the Las Vegas Conference Center, which is huge, which is massive, but also it's gotten so big where it expanded to different hotels, like the Sands Expo has always been a fixture. It used to be at Sands Expo in the Convention Center, but now MGM, Aria, Venetian, Wynn, you see displays in all of these areas, and that's going to amount to more than 1.5 million net square feet of space, which is pretty damn big, right? So that's why you're very, very busy. It's important. I've been doing this for a long time. I could tell you, I say this every year, about 85% of the companies don't really need to be there, but that 15% is really cool. And out of that 15%, I could find lots and lots of ideas, which I've done for a long time. But if you want to put those numbers in perspective with CES, in 2019, right, the last time it was over it was 2020, January 2020 was in person, and then 2021 was virtual only, which is pretty bad. But I think I've been going for like 8-9 years in total, I forget, whatever it is. But in 2019, there were over 4,500 exhibitors. Okay, there's 1,700 this time. The square footage was 2.7 million. 2.7 million, it's 1.5 now. So a little bit of a smaller show. I'm anticipating over 100,000 visitors in total. That was about 160, 70,000 in 2019. So I have tons of meetings set up over the next week. It's going to be a lot of fun when I'm there. So it's with AI companies, virtual reality, augmented reality, blockchain, metaverse. Crypto's going to have a very big presence there. You didn't see anything crypto related. Very few companies crypto related in 2019. Again, that's the last in-person event. Now you have a lot of them and plenty of startups. So you're going to get lots of ideas on that front. And that's in the Crypto Intelligence newsletter. Lots of ideas all over. And having the media badge, thanks to you guys, right? We got a pretty big presence and influence. Everybody throws that term around. I think they want to sound important. I couldn't care less, but it does, because we have a lot of listeners to the podcast and we have a pretty big following now. I'm able to get a media badge, which entitles you to a lot, because usually these places are jam packed, right? It's still going to be packed, but you get interviews with the leading people. And when you go into the CES, the reason why I love this conference, not only is it the premier event, one of the large conferences in the world, where all technology companies are announcing their new products, unveiling their new products. You're seeing that right now. And what they're going to launch over the next 6 to 12 months, you find the best ideas. But with the CES, I'm able to get I won't say exclusive, because they're not exclusive just to me, but exclusive to a small amount of companies, where you get one-on-ones and interviews with some of the top people. And when you're at the CES and these technology companies, which is awesome, they want you to take pictures. They're reaching out to me because they want to get that attention and put this name in front of my shareholders. So I got to do all the vetting and stuff like that, and my subscribers. And that's different from a lot of conferences that I attend, because you're going to have the JP Morgan, which went all virtual, which is like, I think, a week later. So next week or the week after, which is the largest healthcare conference with JP Morgan for over 40 years. But a lot of those companies, they don't give out a lot of details. They don't like to do one-on-ones. Mining is pretty cool. Those guys want to show you everything. A lot of them are going to tell you bullshit stories. But some industries, it's really, really hard. This event, that they want you to take pictures, that they're reaching out to me personally saying, listen, meet with this person, meet with that person. I'm going to be meeting with a company that has flying taxis. That should be pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to go in one. Autonomous vehicles where they're going to be racing each other. We're going to see electric vehicle companies. This is the largest auto show now. Not replaced, but it's bigger than the Detroit Auto Show. This is where they highlight all the new products now. This happens before the Detroit Auto Show. And one of the companies I'm looking forward to, believe it or not, is GM, because they're going to display a Silverado EV. I know, Silverado, like, we got the Rivian out, and we have Ford Lightning out. What I'm hearing about the Silverado is absolutely amazing. Even if you look it up right now, pre-show, I'm going to get pictures. I'm going to try to get interviews and stuff like that. But I'm hearing that this is the truck to own. One charge, 400 miles, which it's got a four-wheel steering, but that's more miles than anything else. Enormous infotainment platform. The people who are truly in the inside and the media, some media is there on the 3rd. I don't go on the 3rd. I go on the 4th, which is a media event as well. Then it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, open to everybody. But people who are there on the 3rd and getting this information already are saying that, holy cow, this is one of the things you need to see at the CES, which is pretty cool, right? Because for me, I'm like, GM Silverado, really? But that's one of the things they said, this car's going to blow you away. But you do have some companies that did pull out, some big companies pull out, but there's still a lot of major companies that are going to be there, including Sony and Samsung, LG. Those three always have the largest presence out of any company there all the time. They're going to be there. BMW, GM, Qualcomm, Abbott, 3M, Deere, Bosch, Colgate, Eaton. A lot of these major companies. Deere is amazing. They really are. I know John Deere, you're like, what are you talking about? They're into AI now, and it's just unbelievable. But that was one of the companies that were really, really cool. I remember going in 2020. Again, setting up meetings with all these people, and I'm going to have videos for you. Short videos, not videos that are going to be 20 minutes long, 30 minutes long, crazy. But lots of pictures I'm going to be able to show you. So you're going to get a nice inside scoop. And over the next 3 days, right, so I'm taping this early. And over the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have Daniel Creech going to be taking over my podcast because he's going to be here in Florida while I'm at Vegas. I'm going to be talking to him every day and sharing what I saw with him, because it's very hard to do video streaming and stuff like that just back and forth because there's a 3-hour time difference and I want this to go out timely to you. So in order to do that, it's difficult where, it's like a 3-hour time difference, which is where I'm going to be in the heart of the conference, right? So, getting these podcasts out to you and taping them at 10, 11 o'clock Eastern time, you can't really do that, right? Because now it's... you look at 1, 2 p.m. It's difficult. So for me, I'm going to be calling into Daniel. Daniel's going to be doing these podcasts for audio podcasts. So definitely listen in. I'm going to be sharing the ideas and things I'm seeing with him. And looking forward to him doing the podcast the rest of this week. However, with that said, I'm going to broadcast almost everything I'm seeing through our TikTok channel. I know you say TikTok, TikTok is new and maybe... We're starting to get a major presence there. So, for example, if you try to go on Instagram, it's very hard to get a major presence because you're late to the party. It's like a saturated place. If you go to Twitter, Twitter's like a joke. A lot of the big people are starting to leave Twitter one by one. They're starting to go to different platforms. It's just a platform where you're just going to yell at people, argue with people. I'm finding no value in it anymore. TikTok, our presence is starting to surge. We're very early to the party. It's short videos. It's really cool stuff, but our followers have jumped. We went from like 0 to 3,000, I would say, in a couple months. I think we're going to get 10,000, 100,000 pretty quickly because we have lots of content that we're able to share with the world. You guys know that through the podcast, but a lot of people don't listen to the podcast. So, there's millions. Everyone has a podcast, right? Your sisters, uncles, boyfriends, husband. Everyone has a podcast now. Everyone. I've been doing this for 14 years. Everybody has a podcast. You say you have a podcast, it's like big deal. I have one, too, that I did for a week, and I don't do it anymore, right? So people tell you. But with TikTok, a lot of our video clips, we're taking, like, really important stuff, and even in the interviews, and taking, like, 30-second clips to 2-minute clips and posting them, and a couple of them have gone viral to over 400,000, 100,000. A lot of these are going over 50,000 people. We're getting a bigger and bigger and bigger presence, which is awesome. But it's a cool platform because we can go live. So you're going to see this stuff live in real time on our TikTok platform. Just go to TikTok. You can download the app. Trust me, it's worth it. This is my favorite social media app just because it's fun, it's nice, it's cool. Yes, you're going to see people in comments and saying stupid things sometimes, but it's what social media should have been designed for. For you to have fun, to see things that you're interested in, to not be angry. And again, social media companies, we know most of them, they need to make profits, just like just like healthcare companies, right? The healthcare companies aren't interested in curing anything, because then, you're not going to need them anymore. They want to treat it forever. That's what they want to do. Treat. Get 1 million booster shots, right? Not one shot that's going to help you forever. No way, right? It's about profits. And when you look at that business model and how companies are always looking for profits, it's kind of sad, right? Because you're seeing, and it's not just the healthcare industry, right? It goes across so many different industries where, profits are much more important. So when you look at social media, guys, it's how do they generate profits? They generate profits through page views. And how do they get page views? Not just page views, but you want people on your platform as long as possible. That's why they really target young kids. And you're seeing it with girls, even my daughters who are on social media. I'm starting to get them off Instagram, Snapchat. Their friends are on there. I have to get them off there. I mean, my daughter, what it's doing to young girls is incredible. I mean, it brainwashes them and makes them feel insecure. And what else do they do, right? They're promoting politics, because they're going to get more page views by making people angry, by making people pissed off at each other. Right. And that's what they want to do. And that's what these platforms have become with social media. Facebook, not as bad. You get to accept your friends and stuff like that. But Twitter's crazy now, So when you're looking at TikTok, it's an awesome, awesome platform. It's something that I love. We're getting major, major traction. And I know some of you might be like, well, social media, we're also going to be broadcasting a lot of stuff on our Curzio Research YouTube channel. And remember, when it comes to YouTube, TikTok's a little different, but YouTube's very dangerous, because YouTube could pull you. I've had a lot of people who were posting stuff that got, if you had the wrong opinion on vaccines, if you had an opinion on it that wasn't, part of the opinion they wanted, they would pull you, right? It's their platform. They'll pull everything. They own all your content. It's gone. We have our own services here. It's cool. We're going to see stuff on our Curzio Research website. But we're going to be posting a lot of these videos you can watch. Just go to TikTok. You can download that app. Again, that's for free. I don't get paid by TikTok, but just go to Frank Curzio and you'll see a lot of our videos that we posted and little snippets of different things with the podcast. And it's really cool because, for TikTok, you need content. We're one of the few that have content almost every single day, because I do this podcast every single day. So just posting the really cool stuff and a couple of my rants and different things and ideas has resulted in a lot of people sharing our material. And, that's our job. If you're a shareholder through our token, is, when you open up a business, you're going to probably do pretty good. And, the people who know you are going to subscribe, especially if you've been around for a while, which we've been. Now our job is to get the Curzio Research name out to everyone and say, hey, you know what? We got a really good platform. We give a shit about you. We're going to try to make you money. We're not always going to be right, but we're going to be there for you all the time. And it's resulting in a lot of new people coming onto our platform, right? That's how you build a business. And TikTok, we're realizing, holy cow, it's a market that's new. It's a market that our competitors don't really have the content to compete in terms of video. And, we're exploding right now, where it's like 50 to 100 new names are signing up on a daily basis. And it's really, really cool. So I'm excited about it. So you're going to be able to see everything live, short videos. We're going to be posting pictures every place through the social media platform. So you could follow us, again, at Frank Curzio on TikTok. Go to Curzio Research YouTube page. I may post a few things on Twitter here and there, but doing all of this for you guys. And it's important, because when you're looking at this event, I've come up with more great ideas and made subscribers more money going to this conference than any conference I've ever been to. And in 2020, I remember I say, hey, here's my best large cap pick and here's my best small cap pick. And the small cap pick was Kodak. And you could see my video, Curzio Research YouTube page, just a 2-minute video. I said, guys, I'm going to give you my small cap pick. Get ready to laugh at me when I say this, but it's Kodak. It had 2 booths, which is very, very expensive to have 1 booth, but it had 2 different booths. Talking to them, there was like some kind of excitement there. And I'm like, man, Kodak, what's Kodak? I thought I didn't even know Kodak was still a publicly traded company. It went bankrupt and then they came out of bankruptcy. And I started doing a little homework on it. I couldn't find too much research, but saw the insiders were buying it like crazy. I said, guys, just pay attention to this stock. It was at $3. Within a few months, it went to $20. They got a major contract, $700 million contract with the government. Yes, there was a back and forth and going after Donald Trump and why they get him. And so, a lot of it was basically a witch hunt. But obviously they knew something was in the works, right? That's what happens when the insiders buy. And nobody saw insiders buying, because Kodak was such a small company and off everyone's radar. Even the insider sites that pick up the insider buying didn't catch that, because the company was too small on market cap basis. And we're talking about a couple months later. right? I mean, things are different where we have crypto holdings that you'll see 20x, 30x gains, even with the pullback in crypto over the past month or two. But those types of gains in that short of a period in the stock market are very difficult to get these days. And those are incredible returns. But even going back years and years and years, just learning about the Internet of Things before anybody else with Chambers, I think it was 2012 talking about it, long about AI, and then coming back and telling you how disappointed I was because for like 2 straight years, there was no innovations. Everything was like a play on 5G and AI and enhancing those trends. This year's different. We got a lot of blockchain companies out there, which is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see metaverse companies, startups. So the innovation even taking place in crypto and the things that are going on is really cool. And having access to these companies and have them reach out to us because we have done the token. They know we have a media badge. So once we sign up for media, I give them access to email me and pitch me basically. And they're like, hey, we'll get an interview with this person, that person. They'll do the research on this over the past, week, 2 weeks. Again, during the holidays, I'm doing all this work. Now I'm setting up exactly where I want to go, who I want to see, and that's where I find my best ideas. I'm not going to give you my best ideas unless you're a paid subscriber. That's going to show up in my newsletters, but it's going to be entertaining as hell. You see drones flying around. You see autonomous vehicles driving around. You see races. It's, robots, actual robots coming up to you and talking to you. Like you would think so. It's not a person. It's a robot. It's unbelievable. But just seeing this technology up front and then learning about it and the innovations behind it, man, we were ahead of so many different trends in technology because I've gone to this show. I have amazing contacts. I actually take tours with professionals who have access like 2-3 days before that really know what the best products are going to be. And they take me to that on day one. And then on the next 2 days, I'm bringing my video team down and they're going to broadcast all this stuff. So they're taping me going to all these things. And now I'm setting up all meetings. So it's a lot of fun. The education, what you learn, it's really cool. I like to keep the videos short. You'll see lots of pictures, all the amazing EVs and cars. You're looking at Mercedes. Holy cow. You guys see Mercedes came out with their new EV, which is really exciting. So, just a lot of buzz going on right now. And again, it's early and I'm going to be able to provide lots of video, lots of footage for you. But this is like really, really cool stuff that I love to do. I just love to do this. And I produce a lot of winners, a lot of ideas, because I look at this differently. Some people are covering from the media and they want to get page views. Me, I'm looking at it from an investment perspective. I'm making sure the companies I'm seeing are publicly traded, or companies that I might want to invest in with a Curzia One membership if they're private. Just different things that we do there. That's Eureka Park, where that's at Sands Expo, and they're going to have 700 new companies from all different countries. Which is really cool, but I'll take you through that as well. But I'm going to be broadcasting live. I'm going to be broadcasting, having great things, 30 seconds to 2-minute videos on a lot of these new technologies. And it's going to be really, really cool. So again, if you are a follower, you're going to get all this stuff for free. If you go to TikTok or if you go to our Curzia Research YouTube platform, also our Curzia Research website, we're going to come up with the best content. So we're not going to release all of our content, but our best content strictly to subscribers. And then I'm going to come up with my, truly best ideas that I'm going to invest in after I recommend them to you in our future newsletters. You get a head start by a lot of the things I'm going to see. So you're going to see me recommend a lot of new companies through this over the next month or two. Do some more due diligence, reach out to the company, again, for things that I like, but I always find new ideas here. And it's a really, really exciting time. Even though I'm going to have to wear a mask and broadcast with a mask on, I am vaccinated. And still, people like, a couple of companies, I think it was Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't really have a big presence there. It's not like that they have the tablets there or different tech. There's a software company there and everything. Same with Apple. Apple never shows up there, even though everyone's talking about Apple. Google, I think, is still going to be there. I think they're still going to be there. But a couple of companies are saying they're going to do virtual, but still a lot of major companies. And I think that it's smaller. It's going to be so much better. I think Sony and Samsung are going to kill it because they did not cancel. Even LG. Those are the 3 biggest companies every single year at CES. And they're going to steal the spotlight because other companies aren't going to be there. I think Qualcomm's still going to be there. Which should be pretty cool. They always talk about their 5G, their new technology. Intel, I think, said that they're going virtual, but I'm going to give you access to all this stuff, really, really cool stuff, and just give you my opinion on it. So it should be a lot of fun. So to recap, over the next 3 days, you're stuck with Daniel, but Daniel, I'm going to be reporting to Daniel. He's going to give you all the details on Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday for our special podcast, which is Frankly Speaking. He'll do the Friday podcast, and I'm going to be flying back home on Saturday, but he's going to get head start of everything that I'm going over with, and you could watch everything that I'm doing through TikTok at Frank Kersey or Kersey Research YouTube page. So if you have any questions or comments, if you're going to be at the CES, email me, frankkerseyresearch.com. I might be able to meet with you. I am extremely busy. A lot of people ask me, I want to go with you. I want to go with you. And I tell them no. A lot of people. I'm not even talking about my employees. I'm talking about, friends who are big in different industries like, oh, Frank, I like to go there. I'm like, I can't give you any attention because that's how busy I am. Going to all these companies and researching, doing the interviews. It's a lot of work that goes behind this, and I enjoy it. I really do enjoy this because I'm always learning something. And there's some brilliant, brilliant people there, and these aren't CEOs and management teams pitching their stock, which every CEO, including me, is always going to, give you an optimistic report and be like, yeah, our company, a lot of people, they're going to talk great about their company, right? It's their company. You're talking to employees who've been there for 10, 15 years. You're talking to different people within the booths, and they're just knowledgeable. They're cool. They're real. And that's where you find the best information. It's like if you go to a mining site, talk to the employees. Don't talk to the management team. Management team is going to tell you exactly what you want to hear, right? They want you to buy stock. The management team, if you're looking at the employees, they're going to tell you much, much more. You're going to get a better indication. I mean, I've done that when I'm in the Permian and just talking to roughnecks and it's crazy. Just I've learned that how big of a presence GE was going all in on oil and gas, and this was before they really had a major presence in there, right? So, learning that, I didn't learn that from any place, but I learned that from the people who are in the industry who are working at some of these companies, and it's cool. You get a lot of great information. They see everything. This is their life. They're going to know more than me. I mean, I could teach them the stocks and what's good and what's a good value and stuff like that, but really getting in depth from someone who's worked at a company for 10, 15 years, they're going to know everything. They know the positives, negatives, what's going on, the growth model, how the company's great right now. And it's a lot of money to showcase your stuff there. So a lot of these companies, I'd say 85% are probably don't really need to be there, but that 15%, those guys need to be there. They're showcasing their technology. You're going to see it everywhere, but you're going to get a nice inside scoop from where I'm going to be. So if you want to, if there's a company out there that you're like, hey, Frank, you should take a look at this, or did you see this? Or I have a friend that works there, or he's going to be there at the CES. I had a couple people reach out and say, could you visit this booth? These guys have great technology. And it's a friend of mine. I might be able to go. I might be walking past that. So let me know. I'm here for you. Right? This is what it's about. It's about the network effect. And as I'm providing all this information, I can't tell you how many emails I get from people who actually work at these companies, even the Fortune 500 companies, even hedge fund companies, even people who are interns are like, Frank, I work here. This is what's going on. That's what the network is about. That gives us more information, and the world revolves around information and how fast you get it. I'm not talking about inside information. I'm just talking about going out there to the conferences, going out there and being there in person, being in the room. That's where you find the best ideas early, not by reading an article that's out to the world that so many other people have read already, right? You want to be the first person publishing this stuff, and we've been able to do that for a very, very long time going to CES. So really, really exciting stuff. And questions or comments, feel free to email at frankkerseyresearch.com. Once again, TikTok will be broadcasting all this stuff on our Kersey Research YouTube page. And I want to wish you all Happy New Year. Hopefully kick ass. A lot of profits. It's going to be a pretty cool year. It's going to be very volatile. It's going to be nuts. The Fed raising rates. We'll cover that later on. But right now, it's the CES. Then I have a conference to go in Bahamas, which is going to be awesome. I'll tell you guys more about that. I think it's on the 17th and 18th. Then we have also the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, where a lot of these biotech companies have gotten smoked. It's been a terrible performing sector in the last half of the year in 2021. And this is the conference, JP Morgan, is where they announce a lot of their interim results of phase 1, phase 2. And I've seen companies double and triple from there. I've also seen companies get nailed too. If they don't provide, enough data that's going to satisfy, the analysts and everybody there. But that's a very, very big conference. January is going to be a crazy month. Lots of ideas, lots of fun. Back to work for me. I'll do all the work for you. You guys just have to listen and watch, which is really cool. So listen, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to starting off with a bang, and looking forward to sharing lots and lots of new ideas with you. So definitely tune in tomorrow. Daniel's going to provide you updates on everything I'm seeing at CES. That's it for me, and I'll be reporting to you live, video, everything during the week. Looking forward to seeing you. Take care.